down Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's look at commodity movement. Corn futures traded as much as 6 cents per bushel lower yesterday, a 6-week low, but did rally somewhat to close the day 3 down. Soybeans and Kansas City wheat were 4 to 5 cents by the bushel higher for the day in quiet trade. Heavy rains in southern Brazil continue to slow planting and damage early emerging crops. U.S. Corn Belt weather is generally favorable for harvest through the weekend. Crude oil slightly lower at this writing, trading around $81 by the barrel, down over $10 for the week and last 2 weeks. Grain vessels loading out of the U.S. Gulf to China have generally gone through the Panama Canal and across the Pacific to China. Interestingly, John Tuggle tells us that he's noticed this summer and fall most of the vessels loading out of Texas Gulf have gone across the Atlantic through the Mediterranean Sea, through the Suez Canal, and around India to China. The reason is the Panama Canal is limiting the amount of vessel traffic due to a lack of water due to the worst drought since the 50s. Yesterday, the Panama Canal Authority announced that they will limit the number of daily transits from 32 to 25 for November, 22 in December, 20 in January, 18 in February. This makes the Pacific Northwest ports the preferred origin for grain vessels destined for China, at least for the next several months, putting the U.S. Gulf at a distinct disadvantage. Corpus Christi's public elevator and ADM remains closed for Milo trucks until further notice. Timco and the Andersons in Houston remain open weekdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For help marketing your grains, 361-852-5207. That's Tuggle and Company Corp. We are on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction. Going to have a sale in San Saba Thursday. Ken, what say you?
You bet, Larry. Well, you know, having a good run coming in today and everything. About 5 o'clock, we had a little over 1,900 head of cattle already on the yards. Very, very choice offering of calves and yearlings. A lot of wean cattle, a lot of good drafts of cattle that will ship them some uniform lots. Very few tag cattle as a whole. Quality I thought was very, very good. We're going to kind of look for probably that 2,300 head, something in that range. We are going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning, an hour earlier. We're going to start off with our bull sale. We've got some Angus bulls. There's 28 of them, all Hell's Ranch bulls, and so all trick tested, all virgin bulls. Outstanding set. That'll take us about 30, 35 minutes, and we're going to roll right on into our packer cows and on into our calf run, so we start a little earlier with the big run. But if you can't be here, we will have the bulls live on the internet, Larry. So good run. If y'all need any cattle for wheat fields, we got a lot of light cattle here too that'll work for that also, Larry.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Ken.
You bet. Give us a call, Larry. Go 325-372-5159. And if you need to watch the bull sale or participate, go to jordan.cattle.com if you can't make it, Larry.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet, Larry. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from yesterday. USDA's national pork carcass cutout value up by 2 cents to $86.50 on Wednesday afternoon. Estimated federal slaughter 1.449 million head. That compares to 1.455 million head during the same week last year. Neighbor, as we turn our head and steer our gaze toward the beef side of the meat equation, we examine wholesale box beef prices for Wednesday afternoon. 3 weaker in the choice, 95 cents lower in the select. That choice select spread now 23.63 in the afternoon report. Federal slaughter 372,000 head for the week through Wednesday. That's 5,000 below last week. That compares well to the 386 in thousands of head we saw during this period last year. We have not seen any cattle moved per se. We did have 1,116 head sold on Wednesday, but that wasn't enough to establish the market. We did see last week's prices, 185 to 186. We'll report on anything new on tomorrow's Down on the Farm. Neighbor, there's your meat. We're on the line with Chris Carter, Karnes County Livestock Exchange down Kennedy Way. Chris, we always begin by thanking the folks that do business with us.
You got it, Larry. We do want to thank all of you for a great October. We closed out the month with a run of 808 head of cattle, and the market was steady to softer in some classes and a touch stronger on the packer side of things.
Walk the pens with me.
Number 1 steers 2 to 3 weight, 258 to 345. 3 and 4 is 251 to 345. 4 and 5 weights, 228 to 272.50. 5 and 6 is 213 to 246. 6 and 7 is 202 to 245. And the 7-8 weights, 194 to 220. On the heifers, 2 to 3 weight, 197 up to 3 1/4. 3 and 4 is 222 to 310. 4 and 5 weights, 213 to 265. 5 and 6 is 198 to 243. 6 and 7 is 195 to 238. And the 7-8 weights, 152 to 180. We had 9 packer pulls last week. High yielding was $1.05 up to $1.12. Medium 91 to to 99. Had 195 Packer cows. Medium was high yielding was 94 to $1. Medium 75 to 83, and the low end 42 to 49. We did not have a test last week on bred cows or pairs.
What you got under the barn for this week?
At the present time, we're tagging on 421, and we're looking for about 550, maybe 600. We've got 90 Packer cows and bulls, 8 bred cows, 3 pair, and the rest are yearlings.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
For any questions, please call Wade and Rouse at 361-542-0810 or myself at 210-286-5345.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle work in pens. They've got 2 Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store. Call 210-624-2000 or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. We're on the line with Kelly Thigpen, Pearsall Livestock. Kelly, how was the sale?
I had a good sale, Larry. Run was a little lighter due to the moisture we had around Monday and Tuesday, but still ended up with 468 head of cattle. And thought the market was good all the way across the board. Looked like the Packer cow and bull market was a tick better than it was week before. I guess $1.02 on the best cow, $1.18 I think on the best bull. Didn't really have much as far as replacement cattle go. No pairs to speak of, or bred cows for that matter. Most of the Packer cows and bulls. And then on the calf and yearlings, all pretty much fully steady with what it was. Some of those little fat kind of 3-weight heifers might have been a hair cheaper this week, looked like, but they're really good cattle, especially the bigger cattle, and then those really good number 1 light steers just selling as good as they were. A lot of them calves, all the really good lightweight steers weighing in the 3s up to 4, bringing around that $3 mark. So pretty good market on those, and just everything looking good.
Good. Are you aware of anything for next week?
Yeah, we're going to have a pretty good jag of Charlotte Cross calves. They're going to be, I'm going to say probably 450 to 600 something pound calves. All be worked, have 1 round of shots, but got those coming, be 80 some out of those, and then another couple of smaller bunches. So expecting a pretty good run next week. Looks like the weather's going to be real nice. Tell
everybody how to contact you, Kelly.
Call us there at the office, 830-334-3653. Mobile number 334-1047. Website PearsallLivestock.com.
Thank you, Kelly Thigpen.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. We're here at the kitchen table with Stephen from D&D. Stephen, I understand you've got great things going on in your ropes and roping department.
Yes, sir. So, Larry, we carry Preferred, Shoot Help, and WW roping equipment, and we have way too much here. Your listeners can save up to $500 off select roping shoots while supplies last.
Down on the farm, listeners, while supplies last, you get the discount. Give Stephen a call. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
Just give me a shout at 830-379-7340, extension 160.
We're on the line with Jim Wheeler at Coastal Livestock. Jim, how was our Tuesday sale?
It was a little short. We had rain on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning before the sale. But it didn't amount to much, just a couple of tenths, but it was nasty, wind blowing, cold.
Yep.
So I'm sure that deterred a few.
We'll walk the pens with us.
All right, 220 head there Tuesday, 90 steers, 72 heifers, 48 cows, 7 bulls. Steer side, 2 to 3 weights, 210 to 285. Heifers were $1.85 to $2.35. 3 to 4 weight steers, $2.20 to $2.82. Heifers were $1.90 to $2.40. 4 to 5 weight steers, $2.10 to $2.70. Heifers were $2 to $2.30. 5 to 6 weight steers, $2 to $2.40. Heifers were $1.85 to $2.25. 6 7 weight steers, $1.90 to $2.26. Heifers were $1.75 to $2.10. 7 to 8 weight steers, $1.70 to $2.15. Heifers were $1.65 to $1.95. 8 to 9 weight steers, $1.60 to $2.05, and the heifers were $1.35 to $1.08.
What they have on cows?
Put a little money on cows. We had $1.94 yesterday. Best Packer cow brought $1.03. Best bull brought $1.04, but we didn't have much in the way of bulls. Yep. Red cows brought anywhere from $7.50 to $11.50, and We did not have any pairs there Tuesday.
Do you know of anything for this next week?
Yeah, it's going to be a little drier. We've got sunshine. Hopefully it'll warm up this weekend. Everybody go back to work.
Tell everybody.
Should end up 3 to 450 somewhere in there.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Reach us at 830-569-2516.
Jim, I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. We're on the line with Klein Spear. Klein, I believe we need to review sheep and goats and preview cattle, correct?
Yes, sir.
How did it go?
Sheep and goats sell a little lighter as expected with the cold weather and a little moisture around. We had 250 head. Pretty steady with last week. Didn't see a whole lot of change. Those heavy lambs, $1.30 to $2. Those light lambs, $1.50 to $2.40. Those fat ewes, $60 to $1.15. Those thin packer ewes, $30 to $55. Those packer nannies, $40 to $1.05. Fat Spanish nannies, $80 to $1.25. Those stocker nannies, $1.40 to $2.55. Good cabritos, $2.30 to $3.50. And those lightweights, $1.70 up to $3.20. And the billies yesterday, $1.60 to $1.95. So overall, got along pretty good. Just a kind of lighter run with the weather.
How about the cattle sale?
Got about 350 on the yard this evening. Got another 100 coming in the morning. Got a couple other guys going to get some work. So probably have around that 600 head range, something like that. Should have a little selection for everybody. Got some cows we're going to palpate in the morning. Got some black cows there. Going to have a few others. So should be a good market this week as well.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Klein Spear.
Give us a call at the office, 830-278-5621. Or my cell phone, 830-591-3241.
Y'all have a good sale there at Southwest in Uvalde. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
We're on the line with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, I need to weigh a bunch of pigs, and I understand that you've got some hog scales.
Yes, sir, we sure do, Larry. 58 SX hog scales from WW Paul. They are going to come with the beam and poise and 2 bifold doors. Really easy to work.
Tell us how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, extension 161.
We've been with Stephen from D&D. Go to ddtexasoutfitters.com for more information. We're on the line with Cousin Brian Lintzman from Seguin Cattle Company. Cousin Brian, how was the sale?
Sale was short and sweet, Larry. Like I said, we had some nice range around here, so it kind of limited some people to what they could sell, but ended up with 304 head of cattle. And, the market was extremely active, extremely strong. I was kind of impressed. When you got short numbers, they can get away with a little bit more. But, heck, the cattle were a couple of dollars higher than they were last week. Those 2 to 3 weight steers, $1.66 to $3.10. 3 to 4 weights, $1.34 to $3.40. 4 to 5 weights, $1.10 to $2.68. 5 to 6 weights, $1.61 to $2.45. 6 to 7 weights, $1.70 to $2.30. With 7 to 8 weights, $1.69 to $2.20. Heifer mates, 2 to 3 weights, $2.17 to $3.10. 3 to 4 weights, $1.38 to $2.70. 4 to 5 weights, $1.34 to $2.53. 5 to 6 weights, $1.31 to $2.28. With 6 to 7 weight heifers, $90 to $2. Get to the utility commercial cows, top end 96, get your cutters 73, canters 60. Didn't have no pairs, no bred cows. Top end of the bulls, $1.14. So, like I said, nothing unchanged on the packer cows, but the calf market just a tick better.
What
sheep and goats?
Yeah.
393 head of those, and saw a little more activity. And same thing, I guess just numbers have been down all around because of the weather and, deer season starting and everything else, people cleaning them out. But those good nannies up to 185 with the good kid goats up to 330 today. Dorper ewes, top end 130 with the good lambs bringing 310. So, those were damn sure $20 better than they were last week.
Good deal. Anything you know of for next week?
Well, we pushed back a bunch of people this week because of the moisture. So I think we'll have a pretty good run next week. And, like I said, we're getting into these fall calves, and we've cut them pretty deep during the summer because of the dry weather. But, there's still some good cattle out there for sale. So, like I said, here in the next 45 days, we're going to see what this market's made of.
If you got them, bring them, get them sold in Seguin. Brian, tell everybody how to contact you.
give us a call at 830-379-9955, or you can call me on my cell phone at 830-305-0652.
Good talk to you, cousin.
You take care, Cousin Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, here's a shotgun look at the grains. Corpus Milo, $10.45. Yellow corn, $5. Houston wheat, $6.70. Placido beans, $12.21. Texas cotton, 316 bales, $73.19 to $74.69. That's it for Down on the Farm. I'm Larry Marble. Good day.